y'all. This street gotta be the busiest when I'm trying to leave. I really thank God for my car. I really do, because without a vehicle, if they go, I can go. If y'all went, I could go. Without a vehicle, it will be without a vehicle, like it will be hell, because the agencies, they make you have to come up here. So I know a lot of y'all been asking, like, have you found a place yet? Like, what's the moving status? Have you found a place yet? Like, I really update y'all, because this is not only documentation for me, but this is to help others who is also on government assistance and stuff as well, or whatever, just some relatability, because we all kind of going through the same thing if you are on government assistance. And so that's why I come on here and kind of just show the steps, instead of like show the real life steps of what I'm going through. And sorry, y'all, I'm driving, so I'm not gonna be able to look at the camera. But I like I said, y'all been asking, like, you found any place to move yet? Like, what's going on with your living situation? What's going on with you moving? All of that stuff. I haven't really updated y'all because I don't have an update. So the last that I think I did tell y'all everything is that I was waiting for my new vouchers to come so that I can look for places and I can move. So the deal with that is, when you're on Section 8, you get an allotment, and then sometimes the application process is also different, because a landlord knows that they have to, first and foremost, like, get all your information to approve you to see if you want to be in their property. And then after that, then they have to schedule, like, they have to fill out all the paperwork for you to take to Section 8. And then Section 8 has to schedule a walkthrough to make sure that the place is livable and up to standard to even approve you for the place. So you can be approved by yourself and you can want to move in somewhere, but Section 8 can say, oh, the tile on this floor is chipping up. Oh, the water pressure is not coming out as hard as it needs to be. Oh, the carpet is starting to come up. It can be some of the slightest things all the way down to the most extreme things of why Section 8 will list that as it needs to be fixed. And so they'll either ding it, like put a red mark on it saying it needs to be fixed, or they'll approve different things. So they go through their checklist. The things that need to be fixed, the landlord has 30 days to, the landlord or wherever you move in, the apartment complex, whatever, they have 30 days to fix those things. The new date of when Section 8 is going to come back out is usually, like I said, within that 30-40 day mark. And so they will go and look back at those things to see if they were fixed. And if they wasn't fixed, then you can't move in there and you're going to have to find a new place to live. If they were fixed, now here comes the actual process of you waiting to get the approval in the mail. So this is a process. This is like a 60, sometimes 90-day process. So it's not just, I just found a place, I can just move in. Like, no, you dealing with Section 8, you dealing with the landlords, you dealing with people who might have just got, like landlords that may have just got on the program, and they don't know, like, that the process is this lengthy. And so maybe they don't want to hold their property. Like, you could find a property, but they don't want to hold their property for 60 days or 90 days while the approval process is going on, because Section 8 is not going to back pay them. So they're not going to back pay them. And so they know for those months, like, somebody else could have rented the place, been okay with the dings and whatever else that Section 8 was not okay with, and already had a tenant. But of course, Section 8 is more sustainable. You know, you're going to have your mailbox money. Like, on the landlord side, they know they're going to have guaranteed mailbox money. That mean they just send, you know, the money hit their account. Like, they know they're going to have that at least for a whole year. If it's no issues where a tenant has to call Section 8 on them for not fixing something, or when recertification is back on. So that's kind of the summary kind of how Section 8 works. And so when I'm looking for places, like I said, Section 8 gives you an allotment. That allotment has changed due to COVID, due to a lot of different things they did. Fortunately, increase the allotment just a tad bit. And so, but you can't just say, hey, they increased the allotment, because it goes by your income. Like, just because that's the max of the allotment, if you got different income or whatever, like, the calculation, you might not get that whole thing. And so paper saying, hey, we will pay this much for rent, this is the whole allotment, but we also get a person a utility card, and like a card with like money on there for utilities, and so utilities and rent cannot be over this amount. Transparency, I get $100 in utility money. Y'all seen, like, one of my light bills was like $300 something, $310 last month. And so, yeah, it helped, but it's not paying my utilities. Like, I still have to pay my utilities, and that's just the electric bill. I still do pay gas and water, and sewer. So, because I'm in a house, and so that's a whole nother bill. You only get that $100. Like, I only get that $100 to use, you know, on my bills, however I want to use them, and however I want to use it. So it's not like they give me $100 for this, for lights, and then $100 for gas. It don't work like that. You get that one amount, whatever it is. Some people don't get nothing. Some people, they give like $20. It just all depends. I used to get a little bit more, but my rent had increased, and so when your rent increased, they take that out of your utility money. And so they don't just still give you your same amount and pay your rent. Like, no, they take it out of your utility money. I don't know why I came down. I'm gonna just keep going straight. I don't know why I came down this street, because it's horrible. So that's kind of the backstory of that. So I've been having to wait for this form to even be seen, properties to even speak to me. I've been calling apartments. They're like, well, you need to wait till you get your RTA. That's what it's called, because it's calculations on there, and we need to see the calculations. Plus, we need to see, like, especially when you're going into apartment or townhomes, they need to see if you're getting approved for a 3-bedroom, a 4-bedroom, because even if like for apartments, like, even if the 4-bedroom falls in the income limit, you're not approved for a 4-bedroom. You're only approved for a 3. And so they will have to give you a 3, and the rest of that remainder of that money will go on your utility card. So with apartments, they don't, like, if you find a 4-bedroom or whatever that's still like a 3-bedroom price, apartments and townhomes, they won't let you move into that 4-bedroom if that's not what your RTA, your voucher say. Like, you have to go into what your voucher says. And so with that, I couldn't just look, because they wanted my voucher. They wanted to see exactly what my voucher stated. And so they can make sure they putting me in the right size property. Then with houses, since I was saying that I was on Section 8, they didn't even want to show me the property, because they wanted to make sure that I was really on Section 8, because they feel like they don't want to waste their time, like, because they know Section 8 is going to be a lengthy process. A lot of these places, Right now, I don't know what's going on, but a lot of these housing places, even if you're not on Section 8, they want you to pay your, application fee. They want you to pay your whole application fee and all of that before and get approved, or do an application, pay your application fee before they even show you the property. And so I don't know why is that. I don't know if people, or if they tired of coming out. I don't know if people are taking advantage of like the keyless entry. I don't really know what's going on with that, but yeah. So the kids, I just had them today because I'm like, there's really no sense of having them go to school, because I don't know how long I'm going to be at Section 8. Because at this moment, okay, so I went down there last month on September 15th. I went down there last month to see, hey, what's going on with my new voucher, so I could start looking for places. I filled out for this back in July, saying that I needed to move. Like, as soon as I got the notice from the landlord saying that I had to, like, that he couldn't re-sign a lease because he had to sell his property and all of that stuff, like, that's when I started, that's when I went down there, like, that next week or whatever date it was, to, it was the same month, it was the same in July, it was that next week or whatever, to let them know that I needed to move. Okay, so that was in July. I still didn't hear nothing back, so I went down there September 15th. When I went down there, that's when they finally sent my stuff in the mail. They sent my stuff in the mail September 16th, that Friday. Because y'all know, I think I was on live with y'all when I had called, and they said, oh, they sent it out Friday. So that was good news. Something's crazy is going on with my mail right now. Like, I'm getting all my mail late, and so I literally did not get the packet until yesterday. So I'm like, oh, thank God, like, I got the packet. Like, now I can really start looking for places without people like turning me down, saying I can't look right now, I need to wait until, I get my voucher and all of this stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's one stress off of me, because it's been other stuff, a lot of stuff going on. But I try not to come on here with just, like, y'all, my life is stressful. It's full of stress. It's full of unforeseen circumstances. So it's not just the everyday stress, it's the unforeseen circumstances. Like, tomorrow I gotta call the superintendent to my son's school because I end up having to call the police to look for my child. They dropped him off from the bus. Basically, he finally got his bus. He was dropped off in a neighborhood that was definitely not nowhere near close to me, and he got lost for a whole hour and a half because he didn't know how to get home, because it was not close at all. And so I ended up having to call the police to help me look for my son, because I was driving around and could not find him. And the school is refusing to even put a bus location even close by me until, like, I can get a doctor's note or something like that, saying, like, why he can't just be at the bus stop he was at. And so I'm waiting to, I just had to end up scheduling an appointment with his therapist and all of that. This is my oldest son. So I end up having to schedule an appointment with his therapist because he does have ADHD and he has anxiety. So these is actual diagnosis, is not, he's had this since he was about 6 years old. So that was a whole nother thing that, like, shot up my anxiety. So it's like, when people say, oh, counseling and all that, I definitely am. I already talked to my doctor about me, getting in counseling. She said it definitely is something that she think I would benefit from, because I had to take like a mental health like resume, and I am having moderate anxiety and moderate depression right now, but it's really due to a whole bunch of unforeseen circumstances with my stability. That's anybody. If your housing, your car, your finances, like anything, your child, like my child was just lost, like everything ran through my mind of like, what can happen, like what can be going on, where he at, did somebody snatch him up, like all kind of stuff. I'm just driving around frantically and having to make sure that I can get my other babies from school on time because I still pick them up. So it just was a lot that happened. This happened Friday. And so I said, okay, I'm going to go to the school Monday morning because it was already closed. By the time, you know, he was found and all of that, get to the office, they, you know, they just don't care. They just don't care. And, you know, that is what it is. So now I got to take other steps. So like I said, it's a lot that I guess I can just vent to with a counselor, but they can't really help my situation. Like they can't really help. Like it's unforeseen circumstances that I didn't even know, like that they was gonna give my baby, like they was gonna give my baby his bus stuff. I was at the school waiting to pick him up. I seen all the buses and stuff leave. I go into the office like, hey, I'm here to, like, I've been waiting now to pick up my son. Like, he hasn't came out. Oh yeah, we already gave him his bus information, so he's gone. I'm like, I told y'all to call me. Like I've told y'all ask y'all every single day, does he have a bus? When he has a bus, to call me. Y'all did not call. Like nobody called me. I'm sitting out here at the school waiting for my son to come out in the car rider line. And that's how I know y'all gave him his bus information. Had y'all called me and told me and gave y'all the information, I would have said that bus stop is nowhere near close to my house. Like that bus stop is nowhere near close to my house. So that was like I said, unforeseen circumstance. So of course that's gonna put a mother in a state of anxiety, a state of being overwhelmed, because I don't have help. Like I don't have help. I don't have, like, I don't have help. So yeah, I can maybe call somebody to vent, but not really, because they're gonna be like, oh yeah, well, you know, I'm going through stuff too. I can't even really handle nobody's stress. And so I guess that's what a counselor would be for, a listening ear, just for somebody to vent to, but to really talk to them, especially if they a parent, especially if they ever dealt with what I'm having to deal with, especially if they ever been homeless or dealing with a cracked infrastructure in their housing thing. They can't really even understand what I'm going through. Like they gonna try to, oh well, let's just give you some medicine so you can, you know, take it when you have anxiety. I don't want to be medicated. I don't want to be zoned out. I'm trying to fix my issues. You know, I'm trying to fix everything that's going wrong, and I'm just trying to fix my life. And I've bounced around from therapist to therapist. Like I've had to walk out on a few therapists, like, because even like I said, I smile in the midst of all this stuff. Like I come on here and try to tell good news because it's so much bad news that happen in my life every single day. It's so much unforeseen occurrences. It's so having to rely on the system and these people. It's a whole bunch of unprofessionalism, and it's a whole bunch of non-compassionate people. Like they don't care. And so I remember going to therapy and explaining everything that I went through. What he had asked me, like, what was my, like, anxiety scale or something, you know, or mental scale on a scale of 1 to 10, and I was like 5. Like it ain't the worst, it ain't definitely going to the best. It's somewhere in the middle. It's a 5. And so, you know, I really felt like it was a 5 to me, because like when it comes to depression and all that stuff, like I done been to the deepest, darkest stage of depression that you could be in. So, and I done been like happy, like really blissful, like really no worries too in my life. So I'm like, okay, so it's a 5, it's right there in the middle. And then, you know, I go to tell him, you know, kind of everything that was going on at that time in my life. I was telling him everything that was going on and all the stuff I was dealing with, and he was like, wow, you said your stuff, you said your how you felt was a 5. I don't even know how you making it. Like, you should really be at a 9. Do you really want to evaluate this again? Because you really shouldn't feel as happy as you feel. You know, and then he started diagnosing me, saying that basically that, you know, I was self-soothing and I was in denial of my circumstances, and that I should really be in more pain than what I am. I should really be like really not be able to get up. Like basically he started like making the situation worse. Like, look, bruh, I'm trying to find some joy. I'm trying to find joy every day, a little piece of joy, and that's keeping me at a 5. I can't be a 9 because I'm a mother, so I can't allow myself to be a 9 or an 8. Like, I can't allow my anxiety and depression to even get that far. So you as a therapist, like, you should just basically congratulate me on trying to keep myself from going that way, instead of pointing out every single thing and putting the emphasis back on everything I said and said, well, this is going on, so that right there is the reason why you should be in major depression right now. This is going on, this is why you should be in it's like, I know, like, even the stuff that I tell y'all is just surface level of what I really be going through. You know, it's just surface level. And so, you know, I thank God, I guess, that he put it on me, because I guess I can bear it a little bit, because a week in my life to have somebody curled up in a fetal position and probably don't even want to be here no more. Like, a week in my life is definitely, a week in my life is really, it is definitely hard. And so, and just what I've been through is definitely hard. You know, it's definitely like hard, but it's like I can't sit in that moment. I can't sit in that moment. But I went off on the tangent, y'all. I haven't been reading comments because I'm driving. If y'all been commenting, but I haven't been reading them. I think I just want to get. They're asking for money. So it's taking everything in me not to get no macaroni and cheese right now. Because I just want to eat some carbs. That's how. But so, long story short, that I went off on a tangent. I was supposed to be talking about my housing situation. This just kind of gives you a like that my cup of wrong and stuff that's happening is already full. And so I try to get a little bit like, oh, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, something, you know, great just happened. I was so excited when I seen that IHA, you know, form in my mailbox, only to have it say it's approved for a 1-bedroom. So I've waited 3 months to get this voucher so I can start looking for places so that we can be moving. I'm trying to really beat the cold. It's already getting really cold here. Just for it to say you are approved for a 1-bedroom. So I'm like, okay, well, now I gotta go to IHA. So I like I said, left IHA, and they said they're gonna have to get it fixed. They can't do any calculations because their system is down. It was so packed in there because people hadn't got their utility money. I haven't got my utility money either. Thank God that all my utilities are paid. And so when I get that utility money, that's going back into my pocket because I just had to pay the $100 that y'all supposed to help me on. Like, that was supposed to be my help. So that's going into something else that I couldn't pay because I had to, you know, I was banking on y'all stuff that y'all give. And so, like I said, so people, it was full because they haven't put the utility, I guess they said their system is down. And so even with the calculation, they're like, oh, we can't fix anything. I can't even give you the new calculation and fix it because the system is down. And so, you know, I'm gonna make a note for your caseworker, and I'm gonna make a note for your caseworker, and whenever the system come back up, then you can come back and get the new calculation form. That's why I'm like, I don't know why government assistant places are like so stickler, like so, I don't know the word, but so they act a certain kind of way when somebody has a vehicle. Oh, but that's included into included into like the money because you could steal your vehicle, you know, and push come to shove. But it's like, no, not if I still need y'all assistance, because I'm always up in agency. I always have to drive for y'all to fix y'all problem. Sorry, my car is stopped. That's why she out of her car seat. Okay, put your coat. Well, y'all ain't gotta put y'all coat. Y'all can take y'all coat off.
That's why I got off my seatbelt.
Yeah. So stop now. So I'm like, yeah, I'm always having to come up here. And so she said they was gonna get everything once they systems is back up, they'll get everything fixed. I have to go back up there to get a new calculation form, because they said we can give you the allotment of how much you approved for, but we have to calculate everything in, and it's completely laid out for the landlord or whoever you're going to be renting your property from, and like how much they can charge and all of that stuff. So I don't have that form because they gave me the wrong, they had my name on there, but they only approved it for a 1-bedroom, and they gave me a 1-bedroom calculation. But on my other stuff it says 3-bedroom. So it's like, y'all didn't double check, like y'all didn't look at this and say something like wrong, like hold on, this calculation is not. It's just the unprofessionalism. It's just the why is y'all systems down? Why is, you know, because y'all system's been down for a few days now. Why is the system down? Why it's just a whole bunch going on. Like even when I went there, was a lady who said that she was in the process of being evicted. They was getting ready to take her to court because Section 8 has not paid her rent for months, and so she has a $5,000 balance on her rent that Section 8 still has not paid. They have not been paying her rent for months. And so she said when she went online to pay her portion of what she had to pay for her rent, it would not allow her to pay her portion. And so she ended up calling her leasing thing, you know, and seeing why she couldn't pay her portion. They said, well, we're not accepting the payment from you because Section 8, hey Nancy, good morning, because Section 8 has not paid their portion. And also they have not paid their portion for, close my door, open back up and close it back.
Do that.
The door. And they have not paid their portion for months. And so yeah, if they don't pay, like we're about to have to take you to court for eviction. And so the lady, she's like frantic up there because she's frantic in the office because she's getting ready to be evicted. And they said, well, it's nothing we can do because our systems is down, so nobody's stuff is being paid. And she's like, but this is not just 1 month. This is not just because today y'all systems is down. They said it's a $5,000 balance, so y'all have not been paying, period. So y'all systems been up, you know, some way through these months, and y'all have not paid. Go sit in your seat, baby. And y'all have not paid or whatever. And it's just, listen. And so she was like, well, can I speak? Well, she was like, can you write me a paper saying that I was up here and y'all have not paid because y'all system is down, so I can have proof? Because if they take me to court, like at least I'll have something for the judge. No, we can't write you that. And she was like, okay, can I talk to a supervisor? And she was like, what do you need to talk to a supervisor for? Like, I just told you our system is down, so a supervisor wouldn't be able to do that either. And she was like, because I'm getting ready to be evicted, can I talk to a supervisor, ma'am? Can I talk to the supervisor? I'm in the office, like, and she was like, the supervisor's not going to be able to help you. She was like, but that's not for you to say. Like, let me talk to a supervisor and for them to tell me that they're not going to be able to, you know, help me. And she was like, you're speaking for the supervisor. And she was like, basically didn't say nothing. She was like, so ma'am, she was like, can I talk to your supervisor? Are you telling me that I cannot talk to your supervisor? She was like, correct. So I'm not going to get no supervisor. Yes. Well, it was a girl. It was a girl. She was like, correct. I'm not going to get. She was like, correct. I'm not going to get the supervisor. I'm like, this lady getting ready to be evicted from her place because you guys are not paying her rent. She got a $5,000 balance. She tried to pay her portion, and now the leasing agent has locked her out of her stuff. I genuinely understand what you're going through. Me myself is also going through it a lot with Section 8. It's horrible. It's so horrible. Sugar mama, I was on Section 8 in the 90s when I had my daughter. It was rough. After 3 years, I was done with it. Yes, yes, Nancy. And it's like, so me and a girl, because we was in line or whatever, and she was like, they not paying her rent, like she about to get evicted. I was like, I said, that's what it sound like or whatever. Another person ended up coming, another worker ended up coming, and she ended up explaining to another worker. The other worker still would not give her, would not give her a paper. They would not write anything for her saying that their system was down and that she was there. They would not give her any documentation showing that she was there. Of course, if we knew her name and all that stuff, like, she would have witnesses, because we literally heard the whole conversation, because, you know, you just in the front, like you just going up to the window, and she was frantic, like she about to get evicted, and they about to take her to court, and they was like, you're not going to get evicted. They still have to take you to court. And she was like, well, they keep on putting 7-day notices on my door. But it's like, why does that matter? Even if they still have to go to court, why would you allow the recipient of the Section 8 program to have to go through all of that? You were using whatever tools that were available to you to help yourself. You had children to take care of, and some with special needs. Yes, yes. And so it's like, that's what I'm like, that's what I have to like have in my mind, that I have children. I have children with sorry, let me turn this off. That I have children with special needs, that I have a lot going on, and that this is just a season. This is my affirmations that I have to tell myself, y'all. That this is just a season, that this is temporary. Use the help while you qualify for the help, because there's a lot of people out here who are suffering from homelessness. I hope you don't see that therapist. Oh yeah, him. Oh yes. No, I left. I told him, okay, well, you know, thanks for taking this time out or whatever, but I'm gonna go. And I never went back to him again. He made me feel so bad. And like I said, this has been a few therapists who have done that, who they basically say like I'm like delusional, or they call it something. They like, it's like a toxic positivity, basically, or like I'm fakely optimistic to cope, but I'm not dealing with the issues. And it's like, yes, I'm dealing with the issues, but I still have to smile. If I just constantly focus on all of the hell that's going on into my life, that will be a lot. So yeah, like, I'm gonna be optimistic. Why wouldn't I? Yeah, I'm gonna have hope. Like, why wouldn't I? Like, I know God gonna bring me through and it's all gonna change. Like, why wouldn't I? So I'm looking for still different, I'm still gonna be going through the list for different counselors and stuff like that. I mean, it's just, that's just a whole nother, the mental health. Like, we definitely need more therapists. We just need more. So people who are going to school for that, like, we need more therapists. We need more counselors. We need more psychiatrists. We need more of that, because it's not enough. A lot of them are burnt out. They need to retire from their job. They've heard too much, seen too much. They're not taking good self-care of themselves. And so the patients they sit down with are hearing the negativity, and the things that they're telling themselves because of all what they're going through. Like, I could see that. I can, see that in them. And so we need more. And we need more training. We need more to make sure that these therapists, just like teachers, are having mental health breaks and, actually seeing therapists themselves and all of that stuff to deal with the things that the burden that's been placed onto them. And so, yeah, so the girl behind me, she's like, have you got your, she's like, not to be all in your business or anything, but did you get your utility money this month? I'm like, no. I'm like, no. She's like, okay, I didn't either. She was like, and they supposed to pay a portion of like the assistance that she on, and they had not paid. And she was like, that's why I'm here too. And I said, well, they saying the systems is down, and like, so a whole bunch of people was leaving because they kept on saying, we can't help you, our systems is down. What are we gonna do? We can't look up nothing, we can't see anything. And people was just leaving out like upset and stuff. And like I said, I have to go back up there whenever they systems get up. I told them, can she call me to let me know so I don't have to come up here every single day to check back. But knowing them, I don't think they're gonna call me. So I'm gonna give them a couple of days, and then I'm gonna have to go probably back up there sometime this week. Because they just dropped the ball in any kind of way they can. And so I'm gonna have to go back up there. Excuse me. So I'm gonna have to go back up there or whatever. Because they just, like I said, continuously drops the ball. They continuously drops the ball. And so, no.
Yeah, up top of your eye. And right here.
Yeah, so leave it alone. So yeah, so I just wanted to update y'all on that, because I know a lot of people like, have you found a place yet? So I thought you was having to move. I thought you was, it's some people who didn't got blocked because it's like, oh, and then what happened to you having to move? I'm not that kind of person who come on here for like no sympathy, no nothing. Like, I'm not that kind of person at all. I don't come on here for people to cash at me. I don't come on here fake crying. I don't come on here being fake in any kind of way. I know discernment is something that humans just don't have in this day and time, but it's like, I'm not that kind of person. Yeah, she needs to definitely call the local news, because she probably was like in her 50s and literally getting ready to be. I felt so bad for her, that my situation, even though I'm having to come up there and they giving me the runaround, like in perspective, when you compare it to her situation, and these apartments here don't care. These apartments here don't care. I'm going through a process with a lawyer right now to get an eviction off my credit, because they put me out. They put me out when I was on sick leave, and I was getting help. I was getting help from an agency here to pay my rent, because I was on medical. I was like having real bad medical problems. So I had got approved for a place to pay my rent. The apartments took it for 2 months. Then they got bought out and didn't take it for the 3rd month. And I said, there's no way I can just come up with this amount of money in 3 days. Like, they have the check. They said, you guys just need to sign a check. And they said, we're not signing a check. And I'm like, so y'all not about to sign. It was almost $1,000. Y'all not about to sign this $1,000 check to pay the rent? No, you need to come. We're not accepting the money from the agency, but y'all accepted it for 2 months. But yeah, we're not accepting it no more. Like, the new people who took over don't want to accept the money no more. So you need to come up with the $1,000, or you got to go in 3 days. Like, and so I end up getting put out. Aren't there enough people who fell through the cracks that are homeless? It's like they don't care. Like, here is a whole homeless pandemic. Like, here, it's bad here. It's really bad here when it comes to homelessness. And they don't do like second chance. Like, even when I was talking to like the attorneys or whatever, because they're gonna help me get this eviction and stuff off, I'm like, I got, I can call the agency. Like, they know the whole thing. Like, I was just on really bad medical, like really bad medical terms. And so I said, but I told them, so you gonna put me and my kid out, like, and we gonna be homeless, because when it comes to evictions here, it's really no second chance. Once you got an eviction, it's hard to get anywhere here. Like, nowhere will let you in with even one eviction. And in a place that might let you in is going to be in an unsafe neighborhood by a whole bunch of abandoned houses that your house probably going to get broken into, and that they going to price gouge you. They going to tell you that you got to pay first month's rent, last month's rent, and deposit, and they all the same amount. And so you're going to have to drop down $2,000-$3,000 to hurry up to move into a place that's probably gonna, like I said, be around a whole bunch of drug infested crime. They not gonna be fixing nothing in your place. Like, basically, do you want to be here or do you want to be in the shelter? Like, they actually take advantage of people in that situation. And so it's just so much. And so I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys, when I get an update of where I am moving, that's when you guys will get an update of where I'm moving. Right now, I have not found a place at all. I have only searched a few times and was told, wait until you get your form, wait until you get the information. I am on government assistance, so I am on government assistance time every single day. I only can just have patience and wait. Like, I can't do anything besides wait on these people. Go up there when they keep on dropping the ball, like, you know, make them do their job. But at the end of the day, it's like they could still say, hey, well, our system is down, we not doing anything today. And then you have it to try to go over their head, and like, it's just then it's just more stress. Like I said, I'm talking to like a few different kind of lawyers right now for a few different things, on top of with my oldest son, like a lot. So a lot of stuff is going on every single day. I am doing a lot of stuff. Like, I literally wake up so exhausted, but I'm still trying to do what I can to make my life better in the moment that I'm in every single day, in the midst of all the hell that I'm going through. I still try to make sure that my kids have a smile on their face, that they, you know, they are not stressed and all of that stuff. And so I still try to just still be, you know, the mom that I can be. I still try to make it to every single thing that my kids' school is having. I still try to not allow all of this heavy stuff mess up my spirit, my smile, my joy. Like, I refuse to let all of this stuff steal my joy. I just want to say, it's just a season. It's just temporary. It's only temporary. It's just a season. It's just a season. Keep working towards. Keep working towards. And so that's really what I tell myself every single day. Like, don't allow this to steal your joy. It's just a season. It's just a season. You know, you're not gonna be on this forever. Not saying it's bad for people who want to be on it, but I know for me personally, being on government assistance messes with my mental health. It messes with my quality of life. You would think that it would help your quality of life because your different financial needs are taken care of, but you guys have seen all the stuff that I have been dealing with as far as food stamps not coming on for no reason. Section 8 system is down, sending the wrong paperwork, like, for no reason. Like, all of this stuff, here go the packet, and I gotta have all this stuff filled out and turned back in within a month. And so, to not let y'all all in my business.
In my business.
Sorry, 146, and like, that's what it would be. Maximum affordability rent and utilities would have been 896. But this is for a 1-bedroom. I don't even know how to show y'all without, if y'all can see. This for a 1-bedroom, approved for a number of bedrooms, 1. And so I waited for 2-3 months to get this form for it to say 1-bedroom maximum subsidy $751. All of this. Minimum $109 for tenant portion, maximum $149 for tenant portion, and then the maximum affordability $896 with that's rent and utilities. And so, like I said, that's for a 1 bedroom. So if you guys get on Section 8 in Indiana, that's like up to the 1 bedroom subsidy that you would get to find a place. But of course, for a 3 bedroom, you're definitely not gonna find anything for a 3 bedroom at that price. And they completely, I guess, just overlooked that on my file. It says I have children. I'm in Indiana. So yeah, so I'm dealing with this right now. And like I said, I had to hurry up and run up there because I'm like, if I, like, every single day that passes is a day that I could be looking for a place, is a day that I could be, that's not going to help her calling the news. The government is trying to cut out Section 8. Pay attention, people. Yeah, so the government trying to cut, like, all of this stuff, like, with the homelessness and all, like, this is a very, very indigent state, so I don't think they will ever get rid of it, but they actually really trying to, it's like they trying to make the barrier harder, so they trying to force people just to get off of it themselves. I just wanted to come on here for a quick second and just give y'all an update. Like, it's a whole lot, but like I said, I know it's gonna work itself out, and I will probably let y'all know if I get anything else. If not, then I will let y'all know the housing update when I'm at the actual location. But it's probably gonna be a few months, so it's not gonna be something with this week or not. It's gonna be a whole bunch of back and forth. It's a waiting game. It's a whole bunch of patience. It's a whole bunch of wait until things are approved, so things are made. Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on when you're on Section 8 and finding a place on Section 8. It's not just, oh, I found a place, I gave them this, and then I can move right in. Like, no, you have to wait for inspections and all kind of stuff. You have to wait for all kind of stuff, and so it's a lot of hurry up and wait. It's a whole, but without the different steps along the way, you can't do anything. And so, yeah, I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all that. Thank you so much for tuning in.
I see you.
Y'all, man. But until next time, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, y'all get back in y'all seatbelts, because we about to pull off.
Why you didn't got no gas?
I wasn't getting gas.
Why
Get back in y'all seatbelts.
Why you put over here?
So I could talk to the people. I wanted to talk.
You have to wait a lot of people.